So let us commence our evening guided meditation. We begin by mentally lighting a lamp. We use the lamp as a symbol of the light of knowledge and the presence of the divine. If you're at home, make sure that the shrine that you're sitting in or room that you're sitting in, dedicated for meditation practice, has been cleaned. You can light a lamp as a symbol of knowledge and wisdom, and as a symbol of the eternal presence of the eternal flame that sits within. Let us be fully conscious of the body and how it is seated. Just register the contact of the body with the chair on which you sit, or if you are seated on a cushion, be aware of that seat. Mentally purify this seat, for that on which you sit will be the position where you engage and encounter and make intimate contact with the innermost Lord, the Self, the Divine. Let us make sure that the eyes are not tightly closed but relaxed. Let us let go and relax in the presence of the very core and source of life that is pure existence, light that is pure consciousness, and love, which is pure bliss and joy. Let us put ourselves in the presence of that one who is omnipresent, that one who is omniscient, that one who is omnipotent. Let us feel that within us, any power which is there, whether we use it consciously or whether it is dedicated to unconscious activities such as breathing, blood circulation, organic cell repair. Let us feel that it is not our power, but the energy of the entire universe that flows through this unit at this point in time and flows toward the dedication and worship of the divine in this time of meditation. Let us feel that behind everything is a supreme knower, like the sun's rays, knows every corner. Let us feel that everywhere present is that eternal divine, that infinite invisible, that is both within and without. Having placed ourselves in the source of these three elements, or these three aspects, let us turn our mind to the fact that the sun has just gone and dipped down beyond and below the horizon. Let us feel how this time of day is a winding down period. It has in its shadow silence, and it is in the silence of the innermost heart that we will find the inner truth, the inner lamp that sits like a flame in a windless place, unflickering, steady, shining, beaming. Let this light now beam outward. Let us acknowledge how it is beaming already, enabling the functions of the sitting body. Let us feel this in the warmth of the skin. Let us feel it in the air that the skin encounters. Let us feel how this radiating energy flows outward in a blessing way. Let us imagine that it is like a great ocean of light spreading itself like water across every name, every form, every identity, every shape, filling in every function. Let us assert as it spreads outward, eternal strength, eternal goodness, eternal truth, eternal love, eternal harmony, eternal goodness, eternal wisdom. Now we can see that this radiant aspect flows beyond every border, including the sphere of the earth. Let it flow first to that small blue layer shining around the curve of the earth. Let us assert strong, true, wise, full, free, beauty, goodness, love, harmony. Let this invisible cloth of protection find its way to fill every void, every gap, spreading out to every twinkling star, to the ends of eternity, asserting still the values of strong, true, wise, full, free, truth, beauty, goodness, love, harmony. Let us now engage the mind in an invitation for all around us that divine that impinges on the skin, impinges on our minds, enters into our mental field in the form of thoughts and ideas and impressions and desires and wishes and intentions. Let us make our invitation in the form of Om, as we, as usual, mentally repeat this sound symbol accompanying our most sacred protecting thought given by our competent teacher who has dedicated his or her life specifically to you. Let us now mentally repeat. Let us do it, if possible, some 108 times, or until the mood of divine calmness takes over and displaces all the concerns and issues of the day. If you have not got a mantra, repeat the sound symbol Om. Let us take these subtle sounds that we call mantras. Let us offer them at the feet of the divine. Let us also offer our hands. Let us offer all our limbs. Let us offer our very soul. Let us offer all that we possess and all that we are and all that we ever will be and all we ever have been. Let us offer all of this to the divine. Let us now review all the events of the day, and let us, one by one, offer all of these, either individually or collectively, as an offering to the divine in thanks for the energy, subtle energy even called thought, that was supplied free of charge for today. Let us offer, whether it was perfect, whether it was imperfect, whether our mood at times was to our satisfaction, it matters not. Let us take this whole thing, this whole mental field and its contents, and offer it. And in doing that, let us allow our mental field to be emptied, as it were, of all these impressions. It is not possible to empty the mind, so we are simply emptying all those events of the past 8 or 9 or 10 hours. Now let us sit and, like an observer watching on the bank of a river, let us calmly observe all the comings and goings that flow like water through the mind. Let us observe how things bubble up and flow on, and let us at the same time catch the fact that we are a witness of all these comings and all these goings. As we observe, let us mentally repeat, I am the silent, eternal witness. I observe all these meanderings and bubblings, activities within the mind. I patiently wait for the mind to settle. I'm in no hurry. I do not wish to interfere with these waves. I do not criticize them or judge them. I do not categorize them. I simply watch from the inner depths of that still silent place. Now let us turn our attention away from the outside world. Let us lock, as it were, eyes, ears, speech, smell, touch, taste. Let us take all that inner energy and consciousness normally flowing outward. Let us stop it for a while and reverse it. Let us imagine that we are surrounded by darkness. This is no ordinary darkness. This darkness is pitch black. I cannot see any shadows or vague forms. It is too dark to see anything. This pitch black darkness is covering darkness itself. And in this darkness, emptiness and silence. Emerging from this silence, let us imagine a small sliver of golden light, one small ray, like a flame. And inside, a great intensity from which all the other subtle aspects of a flame emerge. Just imagine how it grows, increasing in size, until we see that it is spreading out everywhere like an infinite sea of light. Let us feel how it is spreading from within to the outside, everywhere. And in this, no I exists, no self exists, no body exists, no mind, nothing exists that we are familiar with. Let us pause a while to imagine. Wherever you look, on every side, in all places, we feel part of a spreading sea of infinite luminosity. And as it spreads and spreads, it replaces and displaces the empty black void and lights up the areas as it spreads. Curling and shaping itself. Just imagine how it forms an immense form, a cosmic person with motherly qualities. Crystallizing as shining things, gases, stars, great bursting luminous dots, great gaseous plasma. They all form something like a mother. Whatever we see in this immensity are her limbs, her heads, every clash in the universe we see as her weapons. And all along, like the billowing flow of the hair, waves upon waves of light. Being a mother, she gives birth to a shining sphere. The ancient people call this the cosmic egg from which the entire universe comes. And all of this development is animated and pervaded by this divine universal mother's silent and loving smile. It is an irresistible smile that lights up all things which are lit. And it is this smile that enters into every object, giving it life, movement, change. The sun in our solar system is no exception. The waves and leaps of flames that constitute the sun, within its core, she sits. Again, it is her smile that radiates as the sun's rays everywhere. sustaining the life on the planet Earth with abundance, with foliage, with forests, with meadows, with water, with clouds, with earth, with life ranging from the smallest fern and tiniest flower to the giant trees that reach up to the sky, to the tiny, tiny creatures, and at the very, very tiniest level, the whole universe of microbes, darting here and there, swimming, absorbing nutrients, manufacturing, activity, and reproducing. And all of these cells join forces to create complex, moving, organic life of animals in their various forms, with increasing unfolding, increasing levels of intelligence, unfolding consciousness itself, unfolding life itself, unfolding the will to survive and be happy, pushing toward perfection. Culminating in the human entity. And the marvel of this, where do you sit? The body with which you sit, the mind where thought flows through, is grace manifested and expressed from this mother's smile. Let us echo this smile by composing the face and smiling. Let us feel how this smile spreads its influence beyond the borders of the body, what we call the external world. But see how this smile originates in the very heart, for there she resides, deep down. From there was born cosmic mind. From there, all the evolutionary forces of the entire universe in this treasure house, deep inside this body. Let us sink down deeply into its essence. Let us intimately feel its presence. Let us feel a spontaneous sense of adoration, wonder, and thankfulness. Let us reside in silence, simply accompanying the divine smile of that entity that sits and reigns and rules and dwells forever deep inside the chamber of the heart. Let us enter into that stillness. Let us merge into it in a seamless way, Let us be one with that internal silence.